Greetings, kindred friend. Have you ever lain down after a long day, your body motionless in the darkness, yet your mind is running? You replay the regretful words of yesterday, then worry about the storms of tomorrow that have yet to arrive. The bitter reality is, your mind is a prison built by itself. Imagine a man standing on a riverbank, longing to step toward the land of peace on the other side. But instead of stepping into the water, he just stands there watching the swift current and feeling afraid. He stands there for hours, for years, exhausted by the disaster scenarios in his head. Yet, dear friend, the problem is not the river. The problem is his mind. In the ancient wisdom of the Buddha, the mind is both the cruel jailer and, simultaneously, the only key to your freedom. If you are tired of the never-ending noise in your head, this video is for you. We will walk through 7 Buddhist lessons to quench internal turmoil and help you truly touch the stillness you have lost for so long. Lesson 1. The Power of Discernment. The Story of 2 Arrows. The Buddha once asked his disciples, "If a person is struck by an arrow, does that person feel pain?" The disciples replied, "Yes, world-honored one." He asked further, "Then if immediately after, that person is struck by a second arrow exactly in the old wound, would the pain multiply?" The answer, of course, is yes. Dear friend, in this lesson, the Buddha teaches us to clearly distinguish between pain and suffering. The first arrow represents unfortunate events in life, the aches of old age, criticism from someone, or a plan that failed. This is the arrow of reality. It causes physical pain or momentary emotion that we cannot avoid. However, what exhausts us every night? It is the second arrow. When you start asking, "Why did this happen to me? What if things get even worse tomorrow?" That is when you are personally shooting a second arrow into your own wound. Overthinking is that second arrow. It turns a small pain into a prolonged tragedy. The liberating truth here is, you cannot stop the world from firing the first arrow, but you have every right to refuse to fire the second arrow at yourself. Tonight, when an anxious thought arises, I invite you to practice a mindful question. Is this the first or the second arrow? If it is reality, accept it with tolerance. If it is speculation, smile and lower the bow. When you stop firing the second arrow, the old wound will automatically have the space to heal. Lesson 2. The Empty Cup and the Art of Not Knowing. In the Zen tradition, there is a story of a learned scholar who visited Zen master Nanin to ask about the way. As the master served tea, he poured into the guest's cup until the tea overflowed, soaking the scholar's robe. Unable to contain himself, the guest shouted, "It is full! No more can be poured in!" The master smiled and said, "Like this cup, your mind is full of prejudices, worries, and old knowledge. If you do not empty your cup, how can I give you wisdom?" Dear friend, as we enter the later years of life, the cup of our mind is often very full. It is full of past experiences, future plans, and anxious scenarios we believe are preparation. We lie down and try to find solutions for our lives. But the truth is, a full mind has no space for peace. Tonight, I invite you to practice the art of emptying. Notice the feeling in your chest right now. Do you feel it tightening because of the things you are trying to hold on to? Take a deep breath. Feel your chest expand, and as you exhale, whisper a simple mantra. Let's see what happens. Instead of striving to have to know everything, allow yourself to not know. Let the cup of the mind be empty, without craving, without intention. When you stop controlling, you will feel your shoulders lighten and your breath become more refined. It is within that emptiness that stillness and clarity have the chance to find you in the most natural way. Lesson 3. The Drifting Leaf. You are not your thoughts. The biggest mistake that exhausts us every night is that we unintentionally identify ourselves with anxious thoughts. When an idea of illness or loneliness arises, you immediately believe you are that fear. But dear friend, in the depths of Buddhist philosophy, you are not what you think. Understand this liberating truth. You are not the leaf tossing in the whirlpool. You are the steady bank observing the river. Tonight, when a thought approaches, instead of playing a role in it, perform a shift of identity. Treat that thought as a leaf drifting across your vision. Do not chase it, nor try to drown it. Just smile and whisper a powerful affirmation. This is just a thought. When you name a thought as a stranger, you will see it gradually lose its overwhelming power. You are no longer one struggling in the prison of the mind, but a silent and tolerant observer. In the moment you detach yourself from the flow of ideas, you will realize a peace that has always been present, still and deep, like the riverbed, regardless of how many anxious leaves rustle by on the surface. Lesson 4. The 3-second rule. The pause of alertness. Brain science and the wisdom of practitioners meet at one point. An anxious thought only becomes dangerous when it has enough time to take root. If a negative idea appears, and you let it wander freely for more than 3 seconds without recognition, it will immediately trigger a neural loop. From a small spark, it begins to weave a disaster scenario and turns you into its slave. Remember this truth. If you don't catch the thought in the first 3 seconds, it will start telling you a horror story. To break this loop, the very moment you notice yourself beginning to speculate, perform an action cut. Take a deep breath to bring the mind back to the body. Gently move your fingers, or direct all your attention to the sensation of your back touching the mattress. This action is like pulling the plug on an overloaded machine. By shifting the focus of attention immediately, you cut off the energy source nourishing the monster of anxiety before it can form. Tonight, do not let any uninvited guest linger too long in the house of your mind. It only takes 3 seconds to wake up from a daydream, and you will regain mastery over your peace. Lesson 5. The wisdom of impermanence. Everything will pass. At the core of Buddhist philosophy, there is a truth that brings the greatest liberation: impermanence. Everything in this universe, from the distant stars to the beating of your heart, is in a state of constant change. The anxious thoughts tormenting you tonight are no exception. They are merely temporary phenomena, coming and going like clouds passing through the sky of consciousness. Our mistake is trying to hold on to the clouds or panicking when they turn pitch black. But dear friend, understand this truth. You don't need to push thoughts away. They don't have the power to stay anyway. Tonight, when a worry arises, try to look at it in the light of time instead of with the frantic eyes of the present. Ask yourself a wise question. Will this still be important a year from now? Most of what keeps you tossing and turning tonight will actually vanish like smoke by tomorrow morning. When you realize the fragile and transient nature of thoughts, attachment will automatically loosen. Let everything pass according to natural law, and let yourself rest in the stillness of the sky that is always clear behind it. Lesson 6. One-pointedness. The art of simple focus. Our exhaustion tonight comes not from the workload, but from the multitasking habit of the mind. Even when lying still, you are silently solving 10 different problems in your head. To tame this wild horse, you do not need whips or coercion. You only need to give it a single anchor. I invite you to practice the art of one-pointedness. Do only one thing at a time. If you are drinking a sip of tea, let the whole world fade away, leaving only the warmth on your fingertips and the taste on your tongue. If you are lying in bed, just feel the weight of your body being supported by the mattress. Bear this truth in mind. Peace does not lie in finishing everything, but in being whole with one thing right now. When you give 100% presence to the smallest action, the mind will have no space left to weave anxious scenarios. Internal noise will automatically retreat when it sees you have found a harbor in the present. Do not try to control your whole life. Just control this moment with the purest attention. Lesson 7. The mantra of freedom, letting go. Dear friend, imagine you are standing on a cliff using all your might to hold a rope tied to a large stone. The rope tightens, making your hands ache and bleed, your biceps tremble with exhaustion. You complain that the stone is so heavy, but the bitter truth is that the stone is not torturing you. It is your refusal to loosen your hands that is hurting you. In the depths of Buddhist philosophy, the root of all fatigue is attachment. We cling to anxious scenarios because we believe that if we let them go, we will be unsafe. But look at those thoughts from another perspective. They are not you. They are just passing guests walking through the house of your consciousness. I am very fond of a witty yet profound teaching. The thoughts will come. Let them. But don't serve them tea. Tonight, when a worry appears, you do not need to chase it away or fight it. Just let it stand there at the threshold. But do not pull up a chair to invite it to sit. Do not start a conversation, and do not weave more scenarios for it. Just breathe and whisper the simplest mantra in the world. Let go. The moment you loosen the rope in your mind, the stone of anxiety may still be there, but the pain in your heart will disappear immediately. You are no longer carrying the whole world. You are just a life enveloped by the stillness of the long night, free and light as a cloud. Right now, you are standing at a crossroads of consciousness. You can choose to return to old habits, continuing to let the second arrows torment you, or choose to walk the path of letting go that we have just explored together. Understand this final truth. Freedom is never found by thinking more. It lies in the silence when you choose to stop. Remember the man by the river we met at the beginning of the journey. Now, he no longer stands there in fear, because he realizes the river is actually just a mist of thought. The prison of the mind you have long feared turns out to have a door that was never locked. You do not need to destroy the wall. You only need to bravely step out with a gentle breath. If this video brought you a little light amidst the darkness, please help me spread this good energy with a like and a subscribe. That is how we together light lamps of stillness in a volatile world. Before truly melting into regenerative sleep, I invite you to leave a comment. I choose freedom. Let this affirmation be the final key that flings open all chains of anxiety. Wishing you a long night of peace and a morning awakening as radiant as the dawn. Goodbye, and see you in the next journeys of awakening.